Hollywood has always used stunts and insane action set pieces to draw people into the theaters, and there's no other franchise that does it better than Mission Impossible. Iconic for the absolutely insane stunts by the leading star Tom Cruise. But just what is it about these movies that draw us in? Why can't we look away? Why do we just need to see this on the big screen? We're like moths to a flame or flies to a light. We just cannot resist the urge to watch this on the big screen. A lot of it comes down to escapism, but not too much escapism. What do I mean by this? People go to the movies to disconnect from their real life and to immerse themselves in an adventure, whether it's in some fantasy world or in space on some sci-fi adventure. But with the mission movies, the stunts embody the absolute limit of what an actual human can do on Earth in real life. I guess it should be called Mission Just Possible. And this realism means that the audience doesn't need to be taught the rules of this world around us or what the stakes are, because we know what the stakes are. For a lot of us, these are our literal fears. In the somewhat realistic world of Mission Impossible, there's no bailouts like giant eagles that will swoop down and save you in Lord of the Rings, or the sudden ability to use the Force to fly like in Star Wars. Because of this mix of escapism and realism, it connects to our fears in a real way, and it lets us genuinely experience part of that thrill, all from the safety of our seats. And of course, it's important to mention that the person that's doing these stunts is Tom Cruise himself, the leading actor. But why do we care that he does his own stunts? Why does it matter? People have always joked that, the Mission Impossible franchise is just a vehicle for Tom Cruise to raise funds to do more extreme stunts and find new and interesting ways to pretty much kill himself. But the magic of Tom Cruise actually doing his own stunts is that it brings us even closer to the action and connects us more personally with that tension. It's not just about the fact that he does his own stunts. It's about how it immerses us into these incredible action set pieces. The filmmakers don't need to compromise on what shots they can get or what shots they want to use, because it's literally Tom Cruise doing the stunt. So if they want a close-up of him doing something, they can get it. They don't need to work around trying to hide the fact that someone else is actually doing the action. Tom Cruise himself says that completely embodying the character, both physically and emotionally, makes for better storytelling. Stunts in movies are very different from stunts in real life, where we are drawn to watch it because of the extreme risk, and we just want to see someone do something that we would never do and essentially defy death. And there's just some sick part of all of us that knows that the risk is so high that they might lose their life, but we need to see what happens next. Stunts in movies, they aren't just about this spectacle, although it is a big part of it. The stunts are used as a storytelling device. It's a bigger part of a larger story. There's a greater context to the stunt and why it has to be performed. In the Mission series, the character of Ethan Hunt isn't just doing these stunts for fun. There's always a compelling reason for him to take those risks, and he often does so reluctantly. Usually the deck is stacked so incredibly against the team, and there's just only one way to accomplish the mission. One way to break in and steal that one thingy, or one way to complete a task. And then even within the stunt, something always has to go wrong, creating even more tension and forcing Ethan to adapt. It's never just a straightforward halo jump. He's got to save someone while falling. It's never just as simple as scaling the tallest building. His sticky tech gloves need to fail. It's this suspense and the stakes combined with the sheer insanity of the stunt itself that brings the audience to the edge of their seats. You also do have to respect and admire Tom Cruise's commitments to his stunts. It doesn't matter what you think of his off-screen behavior or his beliefs. You have to take your hat off to him for all the grueling work he puts in to bring these stunts to life. He's done so many insane and extreme things. He's hung off an Airbus A400M as it takes off. He's climbed the tallest building in the world and run across it. He's performed a 25,000 foot halo jump. He drifts around Italy one-handed, and most recently he's jumped off a cliff on a motorbike. Beyond just the inherent risk of each of these stunts, they all require so much preparation and hard work just to get them to a place where he can attempt them. But he's not even just doing the stunt. He also has to act at the same time. He's delivering lines sometimes, and he also has to do it multiple times so that they can get the best shot. And of all the stunts he's done, he broke his ankle while filming a simple, jump across a rooftop. But he still finished that take. That's just how dedicated he is. Seeing someone go to these extreme lengths while now being over 60 years old, you just can't help but respect that. He's just so committed to the spectacle, and he just wants to make sure people get their money's worth when they go to the cinema. On a smaller note, there's a lot of CGI these days, so it's really a breath of fresh air when we see a movie with a lot of practical effects. Honestly, with all the superhero movies now, there's just so much CGI, I just tend to default and presume everything is CGI. And I guess that's why they release like these teasers for the stunts and these behind the scenes looks, so you know that they did this stuff for real. And it wasn't just on some soundstage with a green screen. Plenty of actors do their own stunts. Keanu Reeves in the John Wick series, for example. But there is no actor that pushes the limits as far as Tom Cruise. Not only is he doing it because he's just insane and he enjoys the thrills, but he's doing it for our entertainment. Considering his age, I'm not sure how many more mission movies he's going to be able to do, but you cannot deny that he is a huge name that can draw you into the cinema just to see what crazy stunt he tries next. Because when you see Tom Cruise is attached to a project, you know he's doing something insane. Anyways, I hope that all made sense. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.